was a weird battery. What's up, everybody? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. That was one of the batteries at the drift event where like there were no cars not doing 360s for me to follow. It's like an entire battery of just like, oh, let me fly over to this guy. Okay, he just spun. Oh, let me fly over to this, and he just spun. Let me fly over to this, and he spun. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for coming. Hit 4,000 subscribers yesterday. That was pretty cool. I'm supposed to be excited about that. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I just come here, hang out with. Woo! That was a good one here. Hold on. Woo! I didn't. Here you guys go. Here's a good one. Ready? Here we go. Let's get in close. Reading VIN numbers off that motherfucker. Yeah, that was a drift event a couple weeks ago. I can almost guarantee you guys that there's a drift group in your area. Find them, go to Facebook, type the name of different cities around you, and then the word drift after them. You'll find the group, message them, and say, hey, do you guys allow drones? I'll do it for free. And they'll say, hell yeah. And then you go out, and you'll have more fun flying, chasing drift cars than you will have doing any other flying. It's, yes, it's played out, but it's played out because every single time anybody has gone and done it, they've shit their pants and had the most fun flying ever and had to come home and make an edit. So basically, everybody that doesn't ever make edits makes a drift edit. So you're probably a lot like me in that you don't like crappy drift edits. So stop saying, oh, drift edits are garbage, drifting is stupid. well, I mean, you can say drifting is stupid, but this drift edits are played out. No, FPV edits are played out, right? Because we've been looking at them for many, many years. Really good FPV edits are pretty fun, though. In the chat, there are many people. Let me get this. I've got many windows opened. And we're doing a giveaway tonight. It is not a Patreon giveaway. It is a giveaway that is being run through the review video for the Pacer 2207.5s. That's the only clue I'm going to give you. We're going to do the giveaway in 3 minutes. 3 minutes from now, we're doing the giveaway. The only clue is that the giveaway is for these Pacer 2207.5s, and the giveaway is being run through the review edit that I did. I don't know how else to tell you guys what to do. If you can't get it from that statement, maybe next time. I will say this, if you were subscribed, if you'd clicked the bell button, you would have gotten notified of that review, and you would already be entered. So if you're not entered to win, there's how you fix that problem, because it's not going to be the last time. I've got enough. I've got an extra moon goat. I mean, it's not mine. It was sent to me by Tommy for a giveaway. So, yeah, if you're not subscribed, then you're not going to win this either. You're not going to win the Pacers, and you're not going to win this unless you subscribe. So do that. That's about that's 100%. That is all of the care that I can possibly give towards my number of subscriptions. So yeah, stay tuned for that. All I've got to do is build mine, and then fly it and review it. It'll probably be a review live stream. So yeah, do the things that all the other people tell you to do that I begrudgingly mention once every 2 hours. Joseph Dahari was the first one in the chat. Then came Sack 14 Save. I feel like I just committed a hate crime. Dark Sagan was next. Then Fenbot, Remy Tim, Toxic FPV. He's not toxic at all. He did a $5 super chat because he wants to see me do this for a living. If you're new here, I am trying to do this full time. I'm somehow managing to do it. Unemployment ran out a couple months ago, and yeah, my bank account my bank hasn't sent me an email yet that says, "Hey, fuckhead, you're out of money." So it's working. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. If you want to see me continue to do this, it's kind of up to you guys. I know that's weird, but it's true. So I'm counting on you guys. I'll be here. I'm not looking for work right now. I wake up, I do FPV stuff all day long. So yeah, if you like what I've been doing over the past 6 months, pretty much all year, I can keep doing it. Then Xanakas came and said, "Heyo everyone. Golden FPV is here. Rasta 1979. Joseph Dahari again. Rick Zapata in the house. Joseph Dahari with a $2 super chat just because he felt like it. That's freedom right there, guys. You want to talk about patriotism and freedom? Joseph Dahari, he knows how to do it. He sent me $2 just because he felt like it. That's freedom I can get behind. Jesus. We talk some shit on here, don't we? Jonathan King, Rick Zapata, Joseph Dahari, again, Golden FPV, Toxic FPV, scroll. As soon as I get done calling out all you awesome motherfuckers in the chat, we're going to do this giveaway because it's 10:11 already. Del Squatcho FPV, Dauntless H, Ken Hill, Jonathan King, License to Drive, Mustang Pilot 1, Crunked is here, Frank Nicholas is here, B-Man FPV, Ed K, Grumpy FPV, T-Bird FPV, So Much FPV, Don Lads, Schnoids is here. Schnoids. What's that name about? Schnoids. I like it. It sounds funny. It looks funny. It sounds funny. What's not to like? Metal Dirt Skin Crunked. Dauntless H. What? Duck my squee. Duck my squee. Same question. What's that name mean? I like it. Tweet FPV is here. Chuck Toast, Remy Tim, Del Squatcho, Toxic FPV, lots of repeats. Where are the non-repeats? Menomina is here. Menomina, what's up? Best name ever. Mustang Pilot 1, Richard. Just Richard. What's up, Richard? How the hell did you score that YouTube name? Mike Bergman, Maud Dib, BeepTube, Ken Hill, Caustic FPV, Airbender FPV, Menomina again, JZ Quad 1, Flying Ram, Old Dirty Old Dirty Turtlet FPV. What Turtlet? What's Turlet. Old Dirty Turlet FPV. I was going to say, do you like the misspelling of the Caddx turtle that bad? If you guys don't know, Caddx at some point accidentally spelled turtle as turtlet. T-U-R, I'm going to type it into the chat. They spelled it T-U-R-T-L-E-T. And they sent a product out called the Caddx Turtlet for a little while there. And I thought that was what was in Old Dirty's name, but it's not. Bushy the Bird, Mike Bergman, Jonathan King, Rstang50, Richard again, Schnur is here. He says, Drift video is so hot right now. Yeah, 'tis the season. It's gonna slow down a lot, though. Scroll. Argy13, Ed K. There's Richard again. Just Richard. How old is your account, Richard, that you were able to snag that name before somebody else did? Kimbo is here, getting ready to slice us up. Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice. If you don't know who Kimbo Slice is, look him up on YouTube. He punches people in the face. Maybe don't, if you don't like watching people get punched in the mouth. And YouTube did the thing. So, scrolling back up to try to figure out where I was so I don't miss any of you guys. Thanks a lot, YouTube. You make me want to die. Bushy the Bird! Mike Duran is here. What's up, Frederico? Good news from Mike Duran, 24, Frederico. He let me know the other day that there's some GemFan props on their way to me that I didn't pay for. And you know what that means? Your boy is a sponsored GemFan person, I think, right, Frederico? Like, that's what I took that message to mean. Hope I'm not speaking out of turn. See that? Don't ask me how to get sponsored. You shouldn't be trying to get sponsored. Just do things, push as hard as you can, and the sponsorship opportunities will come to you if it's meant to be. Don't try to force it. That's what she said. Dazbug is here. Athix FPV is here. Hot Point Hoodlum. Bill Grimes is here. Mr. E. It's hard to sort through. It's hard to sort through and not call out a million duplicates. Remy Tim, Mike Bergman, Juan Jose Gomez is in the house. BeepTube, I think I already called you BeepTube. FPV Necromancer and Golden FPV. I'm gonna end it there because we need to do this goddamn giveaway. Back to the top of the chat really quickly. When you guys want to talk directly to me, you're going to type my name, CiottiFPV. That's going to light your comment up in orange for me. Here's what it looks like. Look at that. Orange. You don't have to put the @ symbol, but you can. If you just type CiottiFPV with no spaces in between Ciotti and FPV, and if you manage to spell it right, which is harder than you'd believe, I'll see your comment, I will read it, and I will get back to you. Or you can do a super chat, and then I'll definitely read it, and I'll give you a big thank you, and as much love as I can possibly send through the lens of a Canon EOS Rebel SL1. Let's do this goddamn giveaway. What do you guys think? I have a window here where I think I did a thing in the place. Yes, I did. So here is where the giveaway was being run from. Let's update it and see where we ended up. Look at that gangly bastard. 106, Jesus. So 578 views. That's pretty sort of standard for most of my videos. It'll pretty much stop there forever. But look at this shit. 168 comments. Jesus Christ. That's absolutely ridiculous. 160 thumbs up, so 8 people messed up and didn't also click the thumbs up button, but that was an empty threat. I don't actually know. I don't even know how to. Oh look, you can thumbs up your own video. That's weird. I don't even know how to check the. So yeah, let's go. We're gonna do it. This is a giveaway for sponsored by TMotor. Basically, they sent these motors over to me for review, and I said, well, I'm going to do a giveaway for them at the end rather than keeping them. So that's what we're doing. Thanks, TMotor. Very, very cool of you. There's the review video. It's the most recent. It's the most recent actual edited thing on my channel. Go check it out. There's some good flying in there. And yeah, this is a set of 5. I have 2. Ah! Now it's a set of 4. I have 2 in each one of these boxes. So let's see who wins the TMotor Pacer 2207 2400 kV motors. I need to take this URL, come over here to this commentpicker.com page, put it in there, filter duplicates, yes. Include replies to comments, no. Filter comments based on specific text, no. Ooh, that's kind of handy right there, though. Add extra entries, no. Exclude blacklist users. As much as I want to just randomly pick someone and blacklist them, I will not do that. Amount of unique commenters, 149. That sounds about right. And then I come down here and I go to start raffle and pick random winner. I hope you fuckers are ready because it's about to happen. Who it be? Who? Look at all those names. I recognize all those names. Ace 9 Aerial Innovations. He does like his TMotor Pro 2s, but they need some new bearings. One sounds like a baby rattle. Well, Ace 9 Aerial Innovations, screw those motors. Just put these motors on. Congrats, brother. So now the real fun begins, because now I have to try to figure out a way to get in touch with Ace 9 Aerial Innovations. Like, maybe he's in here right now, but I'm sure he's not. Ace, if you're in here, definitely, please say hello. I don't give up hope, everyone but Ace, because basically the only way for me to get in touch with him is to reply to his comment. YouTube has removed the ability to message because, I don't know, as a fuck you to everybody that that puts content up on YouTube, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna do the one thing that I can do to get back to this person. But if a few weeks goes by and I haven't heard from them, I guess we'll redraw it. I don't know. I'll probably end up waiting a few months because I'll feel terrible. Like, can you imagine if you won something and then, right? Dauntless says, are those big motors okay for 6 or 7 inch? I wouldn't really consider this to be a big motor. I would kind of consider this to be a small motor, to be honest with you, in that it's only a 22 millimeter wide stator. And because of that, I would not really recommend them on anything bigger than 5 inch. Unless you were going to do, like, maybe you could get away with like a 6 inch bi-blade, because that is basically going to weigh the same amount as a 5 inch tri-blade. So yeah, I would maybe do it on a 6 inch bi-blade, but that's really it. I would not go any bigger on the propellers, unless you're very specifically trying to make a no holds barred, like, just go absolutely as far as humanly possible, not caring at all about the tune or getting any kind of footage out of it or anything like that. In that case, sure, yeah, you can run. That's really the only situation where small motors work with big heavy props. The 4 inch long range stuff is a perfect example of that. It's it's you won, bro. Yeah. A 22 millimeter wide stator doesn't have a hope in hell of controlling a tri-blade 6-inch. I mean, basically, it doesn't have a hope in. It doesn't have a hope in hell. There are the words that I'm trying to say with my big dumb mouth. On Facebook at. Yeah. You guys know what I'm saying. You've been around long enough. You guys know what I'm saying. Cool. Ace 9 Aerial Innovations. Hit me. Wait, no. I can comment on one of his videos, maybe. Oh, he's got a video from 2 hours ago. Oh, man. Sorry, guys, but I'm going to be able to get in touch with Ace 9. Me on Facebook at CiottiFPV. Yeah, sorry guys. This is yeah. An upload from 2 hours ago. He gonna get back to me. Congratulations, Ace 9 Aerial. All right, let's get this thing going. First, I would like to just get to know you. What movie? Toxic FPV says, chat, are you ready? Are you ready? I want a clean fight. Let's get ready to rumble. Scroll. Airbender says, never give up. Indeed, Airbender.
諦めんなよ。諦めんな、お前。どうしてそこでやめるんだ、そこで。もう少し頑張ってみろよ。ダメ、諦めたら。周りのことを思うよ。応援してる人たちのことを思ってみろって。あともうちょっとのところなんだから。俺だってこのマイナス10度のところ、しじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ。絶対やってみろ。必ず目標達成できる。だからこそ、ネバギバ。
Alright, got that out of the way nice and early. Thanks for the reminder, Airbender. Rstang50 says, what's up? Rob Axelson says, shh, I'm at work. Dauntless says, my Radio Master bricked today. I used it and it was fine, then went to the park to fly it and it said storage can't be accessed. A reflash of 2.3.10 fixed, but I'm concerned / disappointed, not happy. I don't know, man. I feel like all I hear is people. I mean, people are way more likely to scream and yell when their shit breaks than versus when it just works, right? So it's hard to say that, but I don't know. I've got a $100 QX7 that's worked for 3 years. This Radio Master thing, I'm just and I know that Free Sky is now the devil. Free Sky being what FR Sky stands for. But I don't know, man. When I need another radio, I'm just going to buy another used QX7. I don't know. Argy13 says, how many times have you hit another drone at the Drift event? I don't think we're in double digits yet. But Adam and I, Squints FPV and I, we just kind of spend the whole Drift event ramming each other. We're the two guys that are really willing to get close and risk it. And yeah, the closer you get, the smaller the circle with which you're flying in becomes, and you're just gonna start hitting each other. We should probably stop. I love when it happens because before it happens, we've been like in each other's viewfinders, and it looks really fucking cool to see another rig. But yeah, we at some point we might want to start going, hey, that's my car. You go get the next car. Okay, cool. But we won't. Next person that bing bang bong. Get it together. Manamana said you need a. and then left it blank. Airbender says, congrats on 4K. Thanks, brother. Ken Hill says, damn, I seen the antenna. Close one. Yeah. Mustang Pilot 1 says, where are you guys flying this weekend? I have no idea, Mustang Pilot. I've actually not been in touch with James, but I wouldn't be able to tell you guys anyway. You know, it's somebody else's film. I can't, yeah, I can't jeopardize that for them by making it public where we're going to be meeting and having, you know, a bunch of, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a whole shitload of people anyway, so, sorry, dude. Mustang Pilot, oh, no, wait, Dazbug says, how's it going? I'm going good, how about you? Athix says, hey. Mana again. Oh, there it is. CiottiFPV needs a Bugatti. It's the last thing I need. I would, oh my god, can you imagine having a Bugatti and trying to keep that thing on the road? Woo! You'd be broken in 10 minutes. Dauntless H says, could those beefy motors be used? Oh, we talked about that. Jonathan King says, black box tuning. Anyone have a good how-to? Yeah, UAV Tech is all you need. Let's go. Put you in the right place, Jonathan King. UAV Tech on YouTube is Mark Spatz's page. Mark Spatz, if you don't know, is one of the, if not the, well, he is the most available to us. I don't know if he's a Betaflight developer. I don't actually think he's one of the developers. I know he works together with those guys. But yeah, for everything and anything tuning, UAV Tech is where you want to go. Mark is a great guy. 7,000 times smarter than I am, and he's making himself and his knowledge available to us. So the least that we can do is go on over there, subscribe. Jesus, Mark, he's got 13.8 thousand subscribers. My God. Also, hit Mark's Patreon page, and he even has a new website which you can take a look at. His most recent video. Yeah, Betaflight presets, tuning guides, etc. in one spot. So yeah, go show Mark some love and do the thing. Mike Bergman says, so Patreons are entered then. Unfortunately not, Mike. It was the Patreon giveaways are every other Monday right now. There's twice as much stuff in the giveaways, but it's half as often, so that I have more time and mental. When there's, I'll put it this way, when there's constantly a bunch of stuff that needs to get shipped out, my brain doesn't work well. So giving away twice as much stuff half as often is going to allow me to be a lot better of a human being for you guys. Blame mental illness. Raging, oh God. That's the giveaway alarm, but we're not doing that tonight. Raging FPV tagged me and didn't say anything. That's cool. Bill Grimes says, got my moon goat, give it back. Nice, Bill. Freelojo says, right on. Really, FPV with a $4.99 super chat. He wants to see me do this as a career because he said, to your new career. Thank you, really. Much appreciated. Daniel Cole says, what's up? Mr. Loud FPV. That's a fun name. Oh, that should be my name. My Duck My Squee says, when my motors go squee. You better duck. Is that really what it is? That's fucking great. Jason Crabtree says, what's up? What's up to you, Jason? Scroll. Golden FPV wants to drift vid so bad. Go do it, Golden. Go do it. Go do it. I'm telling all you guys, go do it. Go do it. If you can fly in a grass field safely, hopefully safely. Okay. Go do it. As long as your shit's not falling out of the sky. Don't crash into a drift car from the sky. When I crash into drift cars, I'm like 2 inches away from them, and then I basically just bump into them. That's cool. That doesn't go through the windshield and kill someone. But if your shit's falling out of the sky, don't go and have it fall out of the sky from 100 feet up and go through somebody's windshield. Probably won't, right? Because what are the odds? But just don't do it. Like, the requirement for you guys to go to a drift event is going to be any rig that you fly over those cars and human beings, like, you need to have 20, 30, 50, 100 batteries in a row through that rig, that it is not desynced, that it is not fail-safe, that it is not falling out of the sky randomly. Like, you've been able to take that thing off, fly it around, and bring it back without any bullshit. So don't you ruin it for all of us, but go do it. For sure, go do it. Or just fly micros. I've chased drift cars with the Acrobrat. I've chased drift cars with the little 200-gram all-up CB3, which is basically the exact thing that we're going to be building here in a little bit in the Ripsqueak frame, Ripsqueak micro frame, that is. Yeah, do it. Go do it. Tiago says, congrats. Thank you, brother. Del Squacho says, how do we send you PayPal directly? Thank you, Del Squacho. What a great question. And perfect little segue. CiottiFPV.com is your one source for all the ways that you can support me, or just if you want to see some cool stuff. There's just cool stuff on there, so go. It's down in the description. Once you go there, there's a PayPal link if you want to PayPal me direct. A lot of you guys like to do that since YouTube takes 30% of the super chats. I'm cool with that. In my opinion, that's my fee for being able to use YouTube and have this career, right? Like, YouTube gave me I mean, yeah, if they didn't exist, someone else would, but you can say that about anything, right? So, yeah, I have no problem with them taking some money for giving me this wonderful platform to hang out with you awesome people. But if for some reason you're against YouTube, or you just want me to get all the dollars, then yeah, there you go, PayPal. Eventually, I'll get Streamlabs set up, and there'll be another way for you to not to kind of get around PayPal, but not PayPal, YouTube. But whatever, it's all good. It's all good things, man. Whatever you guys want to do, I love it. Paulie Lee FPV, what's up, brother? How you doing, my friend? He says, I say to that, how about you? Freeloader says, don't unthumb yourself. Oof, that's a weird statement. Golden FPV says, I missed the introductions because of a weird link. A weird link? What's that mean? Edgehead says, did I win a Ripsqueak yet? I don't have any to give away yet. But I have been talking to Bill from BQE, and it's looking like the 12x12 motor mount version of the Ripsqueak micro motors are a go. So that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing, because that means we can build Ripsqueaks with 1504.5s, and those motors are the end all be all. Scrolling. Dauntless H says, okay, we got that one. Golden FPV says, how should I try to earn money for the hobby? I'm in high school and new to the hobby. I have cheap equipment like the EV100 and stuff. Would be nice to win it. My throat. Win a giveaway. Golden, to be really honest with you, I would just get a part-time job or full-time job, or I mean, you're gonna make a lot more money for the amount of time spent just flipping burgers or whatever than attempting to make money from FPV. It has taken me over 3 years and probably, I don't know, I mean, easily tens of thousands of hours to get to a point where I can make enough to afford a 900 square foot apartment. And so, yeah. So I would definitely not recommend that any of you guys try to make money on FPV. The other problem with it is turning your hobby into a source of revenue is a really good way to ruin the hobby. Luckily, you'll only be ruining the hobby for yourself, not for everyone else. But yeah, I have ruined quite a few hobbies in my day by thinking, oh God, it would be so great if I could make money from this. And then guess what? You literally turn your hobby into a job. And I don't know about you guys, but I fucking hate my jobs. Like every job I've ever had, I've hated. So yeah, maybe don't do that to FPV. If you can find like a little way here and there to make a couple bucks, awesome. But yeah, trying to make any meaningful amount of money from FPV is very difficult. The margins on all of our gear are embarrassingly low. The competition is crazy, and there's a lot of people like me willing to work 60, 70-hour weeks at this and make the equivalent of like 20 grand a year. So it's a very rough space to be in. Those of us that are trying to do it just are looking ahead and just like keeping the carrot on a string out in front of us that someday, yeah, it'll really kind of crank up. My hope is that the film industry and the television industry finally see the value in FPV footage, and one of us is on every single movie set, TV show set, just sitting there waiting for the director, for the writer, for the art director, for their brain to go, oh my god, it would be so cool if the camera went through this little area. And then, hey, Ciotti, you put a camera through there? I got you, fam. I won't really say that because that's ridiculous. But yeah, that's one of my main hopes, because arguably that's one of the only ways to make any actual money. The guys who've been into this for 5, 6, 7 years, who have hundreds of thousands of hours into it, versus my tens of thousands, those guys make a lot more, but they've got a lot more effort into it, right? So yeah, it's tough, Golden. I know exactly what you're thinking, and I hate to be the naysayer that shits all over it, but I always want to be honest with you guys, and this is me trying to do that. KD2RDH Larry says, ask your friends at GemFan to make 3-inch bi-blades with 5mm shaft holes. That's what she said. No. No, Larry. Why would you want that? What 3-inch? See, here's the thing. 3-inch bi-blades are only really heavy enough to warrant a motor that is like 1404, 1304, that range. And those motors, in my opinion, shouldn't have M5 shafts, because those motors all have 2mm motor shafts inside the stator, and a 5mm shaft creates a great big long lever for you to bend the shit out of that motor shaft and ruin the motor. So I'm pretty violently against M5 nut motors that aren't that don't have a 3mm motor shaft. Mainly though, I probably only have like one chance at getting a prop made with GemFan. So it's going to be a propeller that I want, not one that you guys want. Sorry. What I have told them though already is, and they already have, this is already in the plans, is to just not make any M5 specific or T-mount specific props anymore. Their little setup that supports both has been great, and it has never once failed on me. So yeah, I've already told them, like, please, not told them, asked them, like, please, just make all the props with that little double setup, please. Because, like, for example, my Cinewhoop, Cinesplorer rather, which is on Brother Hobby 2004 T-mount motors, there's only one propeller that I can run on that rig, which is the 5-blade. I can't run their 3-blade because it's M5 nut only. So, yeah, that's as close as you're going to get from me, Larry. Seriously though, what are you doing? What are you working on there? Why do you want a 3-inch bi-blade that's M5 nut? I'm intrigued, Larry. You tell me. Make sure you tag me though. Eric Allen FPV says, I'm building a 3-inch freestyle rig. What size motor should I use? Depends on what the all-up weight is going to be. If you're going to be roughly 200 grams all up, Brother Hobby 1504 and a half. If you're going to be more than that, X-Nova 1804. Dauntless H, low frequency oscillation at full throttle making punch outs impossible. So Dauntless was asking me questions about this on Joshua's stream, and I was trying my best to thoughtfully reply to him at the same time of getting all this stuff set up for this stream. Dauntless, just tell me more. Like, what do you mean by low frequency oscillations, and what do you mean? Why are they making punch outs impossible? Just tell me more. There's just if for the record, for all you guys, like, just if you're gonna ask somebody to help you with quads, there are just a million different, like, just over explain the shit out of it, right? Don't just write a sentence, try to write a fucking paragraph, because there are about, like, so far, right, we've got low frequency oscillations on full throttle. There's about 30 things that could affect that. So if you over explain it, hopefully the person that's going to try to help you will be able to find, like, something in that over explanation that narrows it from 30 down to, like, maybe just 10. It's always going to be like there's always going to be 10 different things, but yeah, getting it a little bit more narrowed in is a really important first step. It's also and like, now that I've said that to you, next time that you go on a Facebook, not you, Dauntless, just any of you guys, next time you go on a Facebook group and ask for and type to the world, hey, here's the problem I'm having, what do I do? When somebody gets back to you and just says, do this, be pretty suspect of that. You guys will never catch me doing that shit. That's a person that has no idea what they're talking about. There's just I can count on one hand how many situations there are in FPV that can be fixed in, yeah, just do this. It just doesn't exist. I mean, for the most part, don't do that. Don't go on to public Facebook groups and ask for advice, because 99%, and I'm not just saying this, 99% of the advice is going to be completely opposite of what you actually need to do. And in following all of this bad advice, A, you're wasting your time, B, you're destroying your current tune, and C, you run the risk of, like, hurting someone or hurting yourself or having your rig catch on fire, or like there's all these problems. So, like, yeah, if you're going to take someone's advice about something in FPV, be sure that they know what they're talking about. Like research them, right? Find their YouTube channel, see if they're a half decent pilot. If somebody is, like, a really bad pilot, I'm sorry, but, like, maybe don't listen to their advice. Because there's a certain level that you have to get to as a pilot that will allow you to actually understand what the hell's going on. And especially, like, with reviews, like, why would I want a review from someone that doesn't fly at least somewhere where I'm at, right? I mean, to be honest, I wish that there were reviewers that were way better than me. That's really what I want. But yeah, I don't know. I'm at a point at a pilot where there's a lot of pilots that are a lot better than me, but not many of them do reviews. So, but for you guys, hopefully you're sort of newer and not as good as me, and you can maybe take my advice. But yeah, just keep that all in mind, because it's when I was new, I followed a lot of bad advice, and it, I ended up in places where multiple times I went, you know what? Fuck this. I can't deal with this anymore. This is the 8th ESC that's blown up. The 72nd person has suggested something different, and it's still not working, and it's still catching fire. And I'm now $200 into 20x20 ESCs, and I've only been into this fucking hobby for 2 months. This is not worth it. Conversely, if you don't know what the hell you're talking about, don't give advice. I think that's actually probably a better approach, is that, yeah, I know that you want to help. I know you want to help, and you're I love that you want to help. But if you're not 7,000% sure that the thing that you're going to tell that person asking for help is going to work properly, and there's no chance for it to do the opposite or just not work at all or have them chop their hand off, don't say anything. Just bite your tongue and be like, nah, somebody else will help this guy, or say to him, hey, email Joshua Bardwell, send him $5, and he'll give you the legit answer. Or message CiottiFPV. You don't even have to send him money. He would gladly reply to your message on Facebook or Instagram or Patreon and help you out. Either or. Private Island says that was great. Never give up. Golden FPV says, I got no money for a hobby. Would love to win a giveaway. Sorry, Golden. The random number generator didn't pick you, brother. But I do a lot of giveaways, so stick around. Spudnik says, I have a merch idea for you. Shirt that says scroll, scroll, scroll. Kristen heard me. We'll see. Carbon Cage says, just got back from the pub. Back number 7 on the nose. Race kicks off in a half an hour. Better win. Thanks for the tip. You got it, brother. What the hell? What racing is going on? Is that horse racing? Are there horses in Australia? AFXFPV says X-Lite all the way for me. Yeah, if you like the game controller, yeah, X-Lite, hell yeah. I can't do it though. Can you pinch with X-Lite? I think you can. Pretty sure you can. I just think my hands are way too big. Dauntless H says, my Radio Master is wonderful. I'm giving it a positive review. I've heard that I need a new SD card. Yeah, I've heard people that love the Radio Masters. I don't. Here's my thing, right? Why the hell is there a touch-sensitive color? Like, hold on. Let me not alienate every single one of you guys that has a Radio Master. I don't understand the point of paying for a color screen. That's what I'll say. If you've paid for a color screen, that's awesome. And I hope to hell at some point somebody figures out how to use that little color screen on there as a monitor for your video feed, because that is amazing. That to me 100% justifies having a colored screen on your transmitter. But that doesn't exist yet, and it feels to me like that's not going to be something that we can add on to these Radio Masters, right? So I just don't get it. Until that color screen can be used, I've not had a single situation with my QX7 where I've thought, you know what would be really nice right now is if these words were in color. Right? But I get that. All that being said, I think a lot of people buy Radio Masters because of the value, the price of the radios that come with Hall sensor gimbals. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think you'll pay less money for that setup from Radio Master versus from FreeSky. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't hear many, if any, complaints about QX7s, or I'm sure there are, but I don't know. It just seems like the Radio Master stuff is a lot lower quality, but it just seems like there's not good QC there. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna stick with QX7s until the bitter end. until a Radio Master. You know what? I will. If Radio Master comes up with a radio that fits my big ass hands, that can use the color screen as a monitor, I'm in. And you guys can hold me to that. That's what she said. Dollars H says, my radio... Oh, wait, no, we got that. ShooterFPV says, go with what works for you, not the greatest thing at the time. That's true. It's just hard to figure out what works for you when you're new in the hobby. Best thing you can possibly do is try to meet some local people and just don't spend money until you go hang out with them. Go hang out with them, finger all their gear, wear your mask, bring the hand sanitizer, be smart, don't kill your parents. All right? Not a good idea. You'll regret it the rest of your life. B-Man80 says, the Radio Master TX16X is tits, man. You should pick one up if you need another driver. Doesn't work with my big, long fingers. B-Man says, so user-friendly. Crunk says, ramming each other. Two guys really willing to get close. Closer you get, the smaller the circle. That's my... I don't even need to say it. You're all thinking it. Freelojo says, QX7S in sky blue is my daily. Freelojo knows what's up. Larry says, by the time you read this, Happy New Year. Crunk says, crunkquads.com. Look at Mark's website under tuning. Oh, shit. Is crunkquads.com a thing? It goes to Google, to a Google Doc. Very cool. All right. Well, there you guys go. If you want some of Crunk's quads, some of Crunk's tuning expertise, there you are. You just got a link. Where am I at? Here we go. AthixFPV says, what about the sticker giveaway for all the voting? Not a single person has tagged me yet, so I haven't had to mail a single one out. I've been posting all over on Instagram that if you go vote, because all we need to win is for the most possible people to vote, because the majority of the country believes one over the other, go vote! Go fucking vote! Every single one of you. It's the only way that you have any control over what the government is going to be doing to you for the next 4 years. So for fuck's sake, go vote. And if you do go vote and you take a picture of yourself voting and you tag CiottiFPV in that picture, I will send you one of my holographic little smaller stickers that fit perfectly on goggles. I'm trying to get these stickers out there because I think it's cool, and there aren't many small stickers out there that fit well on goggles. And this is one of them. So go vote, goddammit. Go vote. If you don't vote, I will kill you in your sleep. You won't know when, but you'll go to sleep tonight and every other night forever thinking, oh shit, is tonight the night? AthixFPV says, I just hear behind me, wow, from Kristen. Oh man. AthixFPV says, hope you don't get too overwhelmed. Yeah, well, not yet. Freelojo says, Bardwell only does 2 giveaways a month, so don't be so hard on yourself. Thanks, Freelojo. Mike Bergman says, Patreons can't win the Moon Goat, then how can I enter? Oh, I didn't know you were talking about that, Mike. Oh, well, yeah. Well, no, yeah. Patreons can do whatever they want. The Moon Goat will be... I'm going to do the same thing as I did with these guys. And I'll put the review video, or we'll do a review stream, and I'll say in it, hey, I'm giving this Moon Goat frame away. All you got to do is subscribe, comment, and click the thumbs up button, and you're entered. Because as we saw, 120 something comments is kind of ridiculous, and we got up to over 4. My analytics have been very, 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 very flat. I try not. This is one of the reasons I try not to look at them, because they make me very worried. But yeah, my analytics have been super, super, super flat for like the last 6 months or so. So yeah, I need to work harder. and try other things because it does, as much as I hate to admit it, it does need to grow pretty significantly for this to be something that can work in the long term. So, but that's up to me to figure out. You guys, don't you worry your pretty little heads over that. I'll figure something out. TweetFPV says, congrats on 4K, bro. Thanks, brother. Much appreciated. My God, is it taking a long time? But all good things come to those who wait. And there goes the chat again. So scrolling back up, thank you, YouTube. Much appreciated. You fucking motherfuckers. Holy shit, am I behind? All right. 10 minute for the next 10 minutes, nobody tags me because I gotta get caught up. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. RG13 chase drift cards with a Copus Mini. Fun shit. See, you can do it with micros. That's what she said. B-Man says, okay, bro. All right, man. 24-hour stream. We doing this? Yeah, I do. I did tell you guys I would do another 24-hour stream this year. So I've only got 2 months to do it. Let's do it in November. Well, wait, no. Is there any reason to do a 24-hour stream on top of a holiday?
We talked about you maybe doing consecutive streams because of Christmas time.
Kristen just said very quietly, so that there's absolutely no chance for you guys to hear it, that we talked about, I don't remember what she said.
Consecutively streaming in December. Like days.
She said December. I don't know. So I guess the soonest holiday would be Thanksgiving. I just told you guys not to tag me, and now I'm asking you to. Well, don't tag me. Just don't tag me. Then I won't read it. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going anywhere for Thanksgiving, right? Although I'm not doing a 24-hour stream on Thanksgiving. I love you guys, but I don't love you that much. All right, so I'll probably avoid holidays. But, yeah, we'll do it. Should we do it during the week? No, we won't do it during the week. That's terrible. B-Man FPV says, welcome to Ciotti's Dream Crusher Corner. Come gather around, kids. License to Drive says, that's precisely why I give away 3D prints. Making money from 3D printing would ruin my fun and designing and printing stuff. Speaking of, License to Drive, I moved it. Sorry, License. The box that you'd sent me was right there, but I've moved it, and what I like to do in my life is I will things that like have a place where I know that they are. I'll think like like once a day, once every other day, I'll think like, oh, that's a stupid spot for that thing. Let me put it in a spot that makes way more sense, and then I'll sit there for a couple minutes and I'll be like, all right, what spot makes sense? Oh, I know where to put it. That makes sense. I'll put it over here in this box with the other things that are similar to that thing. And then a week or two will go by, and then I'll look for the thing and go, fuck. And then another couple weeks will go by, and then I'll eventually find it. But then I'll remember where it is. So, yeah. Don't be like me, kids. Golden FPV says, I gotta go, but thanks so much for the help. Sorry for spamming. You didn't spam, brother. You're good. I didn't know you go back through and read them. Yeah, no, it's totally cool, Golden. You didn't even spam me. You put it like twice. That's all good. Spamming is, yeah. Putting it in there 8,000 times. 661FPV is building a pickpocket 3-inch. That's a BQE frame with 1103 8500s on 2S. What do you think about that? GemFan 3016 on 1103. That should be pretty good. I mean, the pickpocket frame is light, so yeah, that should be really good. 661. That's I'm a big motor kind of dude, so I would do like a 1204 or a 1304. But I'm the weirdo here. That setup with the 1103s is a little bit more normal, I think. So yeah, should be good, man. Ed K says, any ideas on sources for replacement bearings for 11.0X motors? Ed K, I have been down that road, and I was never able to find any. What I do is salvage them from other motors that have broken. Basically, so like every time you bend a bell, let's say on a motor, don't throw that motor away. Pop the C clip, save the C clip, pull the bell off, throw the bell away, and save the stator. You've now got 2 perfectly good bearings in that stator, and typically they are 2 millimeter inner diameter, and then I want to say 5 mil outer diameter. They're pretty much all the same. Pretty much all micromotors use almost the exact same bearing. So you can like rob them from one 1103 and put them into one 1204 and stuff like that. So yeah, do that. That's what I do. Obese Quads ordered those X-Nova 1804s for his Acrobat, ordered 3100 kV, but I run 650 mAh 6S. What's a good throttle scale? I'm currently on 1408 2350. What I do with the throttle, with the motor scaling, Obese, is I put it like way lower than I think it could possibly, put it like 50%. And then just go out and fly it, and you'll be like, all right, that's definitely not enough. Go into your OSD, bump it up to 55%, fly it again, land it, bump it up 60%, fly it, land it, and just keep inching it up. And by doing that, so that accomplishes 2 things. A, you don't blow your ESC up, right, or the motors. But B, more importantly, it starts to like. I'm trying to nudge you guys towards this thing that all of the top pilots have realized, which is that a ton of power is not really the move. Pretty much every single pro pilot flies a relatively underpowered setup so that we can get more throttle resolution. The less, so our throttle throw on the transmitter is only like this big, right? So if at the top of this throttle throw you're making 100,000 grams of thrust, when you move this throttle stick anywhere, there's going to be a humongous change in the amount of thrust, and your rig is going to go shooting off into Never Never Land. Versus, basically, the way that I do it is I try to figure out what is the absolute least amount of power that I can possibly stand, and then that's it. Like, that's where I leave the scale. That's the motor that I buy. That's the battery that right? Like, that's how I build all of my rigs. And by doing that, I make it way easier on myself as a pilot because I'm giving myself the most possible throttle resolution. And yeah, that's something that just gets really overlooked. And I'm not the only one that's talked about this. Like, I've heard other pro pilots talk about this. I don't know where the disconnect is. But yeah, power means nothing. It really doesn't. The least powerful rig is always going to be more accurate. So build a rig with no power, or just motor scale everything down. Yeah, motor scale your shit down lower than you possibly. Everybody that's on 4.2 should motor scale their stuff down lower than you think you would possibly be able to fly it, and go fly it. Fly 20 batteries on it like that. See if maybe you can change your flying style, and I guarantee you, when you watch your footage back, you're going to go, oh my god, I look like so much better of a pilot. Because you're making it easier on yourself. Less power is going to make you a better pilot. I promise you that. It might not feel like it when you're flying, but when you come home and review all your footage, you're going to go, oh my god, the big tooth gangly shitbag was right. Maybe you'll still hate it. Dauntless H says, the quad rocks back and forth or side to side when I come out of dives using full throttle, or full throttle to pull out of the dive. It can't put anywhere near the top % of power when I go full throttle. All right, Dauntless. So that now we're getting somewhere. Previously, when you said it was full throttle, all I could think of was, okay, so Dauntless takes off and goes full throttle and the thing goes bananas. This is a completely different situation to that. What you're experiencing is prop wash. And TPA is going to make that way worse. So anything that you've done so far to TPA, put it all back, And yeah, you're just in a situation where you don't have enough either P or D gain, or you've got motors that are too small for the weight of the propellers. And yeah, you're just that. This is like classic prop wash situation. Bottom of a dive, you go to hammer on the throttle. Your quad has a ton of. At the bottom of a dive, your rig has like all of this stored momentum, upwards of 100 miles an hour worth, depending on how long you've been diving. Right, terminal velocity is 120, probably a little bit less than that for us because we've got a lot of things that get in the way of the airflow. So at the bottom of the dive, you're hammering on the throttle, and there's all this downwards momentum, and there's all this stale air just kind of hanging out down there, and you're just charging into that stale air. At the same time, your propellers are kicking down as much air as they possibly can, and it's a really hard situation for the quad to be able to handle. So the solution is going to be less filtering. Well, so we'll go in my preferred order of importance. Bigger, wider stator motors are probably going to help. Lighter weight propellers are going to help. More P gain, more D gain, less filtering. Less filtering is going to allow the PID loop to have less latency so that it can more quickly react to the prop wash. More P gain is going to give the PID loop, the error correction, more power to deal with the prop wash. More D gain is going to give it more damping, which if the prop wash is being caused by the P gain, either and not even like 100% caused by, but oh man, it is hard as shit to describe D gain, but more D gain deals with the prop wash better because it is a damping force, and it prevents the without D gain, you are in a car without shocks. And a car without shocks is on the springs, and it just bounces and bounces and bounces and bounces on the springs with nothing to damp that bounce. P gain wants to do the same thing. P gain wants to just keep bouncing back and forth, especially when you have a bunch of it. And the D gain is the only thing that's going to stop that. It just dampens it so that it doesn't move all the way back. You want a good amount of P gain because that gives it enough power to fix the error. But the problem is when it fixes the error really hard and it overshoots, the error correction goes, fuck, we created a bunch of error in the opposite direction. Come back. And then it comes back and it overshoots again. It goes, oh shit, it happened again. And then it just keeps saying, oh god, it happened again. The D gain has to be there to slow it down when it gets towards the set point, and the set point is what you've told it to do with your sticks. And then a wider stator motor will speed up and slow down the rotation of the propeller better, which the PID loop works at 4,000 or 8,000 cycles per second, so it's working brutal fast, right? There's no way that a physical system is going to be able to react that quick, but every little bit helps. So every extra millimeter of stator width is going to help the PID loop's sort of relationship with the motors and the motor bell and the propeller speed up and slow down quicker. So yeah, there's about 100 different things for you to try. The first thing that I would try would be 10 more points of P gain, 5 more points of D max, and keep an eye on your motor temperatures. I got a couple articles over on the Patreon page, which you can get to by going to CiottiFPV.com and clicking on the button that says Patreon. I have a couple different articles about how to deal with motor heat, and it's the same process. Because motor heat builds up when you run out of headroom in the tune. So if you look up those two, just go to the Patreon page and hit Tech Talk and scroll down a little bit. You'll find them. I've got a step-by-step process that I've broken out for you to handle motor heat, and that process is going to help a ton with this issue because it's basically going to make sure that you haven't run out of headroom in your tune already. adding P gain, adding D gain to a tune, the motors are going to get hot if you don't have enough headroom there. You'll be in a situation where you don't have headroom if you've got like bent motor bells, bent props, unbalanced props. It's all broken out in those 2 articles. So yeah, work through those and message me and we'll get you going. RG13 says, I had a similar problem with my Holy Bro Copus Mini. Shakes like hell on full throttle with HQ V1S 3x4x3 propellers. Those are some of the least balanced propellers. So switch, and they're also incredibly heavy. So for you, RG, I would get out of those propellers. It flies fine with HQ durable 3x4x3 props. I haven't done any testing so. Right. Okay, so you went to the non-V1S 3x4x3s. The non-V1S HQ propellers are definitely better balanced than the V1Ss, but they're still not all that well balanced. Get some TMotor 3140s on there, and you'll have a balanced propeller. And if the problem remains, you'll know that the propellers aren't the cause of it. A lot of the troubleshooting in this hobby has to be fix one thing and see what happens. Like I'm as guilty of this as anybody. There's a tendency to want to change 5 things at once, and we have to really resist doing that. And try to make just one change at a time, and at least just go fly like 30 seconds. Just go out in front of your house or something. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy, but just plug a battery in and put it in the air. Scroll. Carbon Cage says, yeah, a massive nationwide horse racing thing once a year. It's huge. Damn. Okay. I learned something today. There are horses in Australia. I assumed that there were horses in Australia, but I didn't know there was a big yearly horse race in Australia. Neither did you guys. 661FPV tagged me, didn't say anything. If you were trying to post a link, you're not allowed to, 661. If you really need to post a link, let me know, and I'll make you a moderator for a minute. Dauntless says, color screens are cool, and I can make purple themes. Well, there you go. Metalderskin says, I could care less about the color screen. I just want USB internal charging and a 4-in-1 module plus crossfire. Yeah, Metal, I'm the same way, man. I like, give me actual improvements, right? Like, I don't know. The Beginning FPV says, I got my jumper T8SG V2 for only $85.99. I gotta learn about the jumper transmitter. I just don't know anything. I don't know a single thing about them. But I know that I need to because you guys always ask me about them. License to Drive says, one feature I realized I want in a transmitter is a balance port so you can plug your LiPo in and get an instant reading from the screen telling you the full voltage or individual cell voltages. Well, shit, that's a really good idea. Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's... it would be kind of interesting to go through my bag and like, I bet you there's more than, so that would take that would mean that we no longer need to carry around a battery checker, which is awesome. Having being able to display 5.8 video on the screen, we would no longer need the stupid watch screens. Like, I wonder what else there is in my bag that could be pretty easily put onto a transmitter that would make... I would buy a transmitter. Dude, I would right now, I would go and buy a Radio Master transmitter if they could do those two things. Like, legitimately, I right now, I would go buy one. But they don't. So, you don't get my money, you bastards. Crunk says, you made me do it. I have no idea what we were talking about at the time, Crunk. Sorry, man. Oh, the website. Did I? Well, I'm glad that I did. I didn't even realize that I did, but I'm glad that I did because yeah, Crunk's got mad tuning knowledge. You guys should bug the shit out of him with questions over my Discord page. Don't do that. Bug me with the questions, and then when I can't handle them, I will ask Crunk for help. Big Willie FPV says, I had to custom print grips for my T16 Pro. Huge help in the big hands department. I wear an extra, extra large glove and a 16 shoe. Jesus, nobody mess with Big Willie. He will punch your head clean off your neck with those big-ass dick beater hands. Don Ladd says, I've had a QX7 and now I run a Radio Master as a daily. I love it. Best radio I've ever had in 4 years of the hobby. Well, there's a vote for Radio Master. It's, yeah, I don't know. The radios are a very personal thing, mainly because of the different shapes. I really think you guys should buy a radio based on the shape because... So, like, I'll use my QX7 for example, right? Oh, God, the soldering iron's on. This radio, when I first got it, there's been a little bug that's been crawling around. I don't want to kill him. All right, we're clear. There was a time when I had the extra switch up here where I couldn't get to the upper left corner of the travel while pinching because my index finger would hit that switch. So I mean I took the switch out, which is kind of a no-brainer because I run 8-channel mode. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's kind of it. 6, 7, 8, right? So yeah, there's really no need for this extra switch. But I'm just using that as an example. Oh man, the thing. I knew this was going to happen eventually. The little thing broke off. This little guy, and it's stuck inside of there now, of course. Yeah, if the transmitter doesn't fit your hands. Or like it's not perfect in your hands, you're always gonna suck as a pilot, right? Like you're never gonna be able to fly to your full potential. Those are some words. So yeah, don't. That's always been my suggestion for buying transmitters is try to find somebody else local that has the one that you're interested in, or go to a hobby shop. And hold the damn thing and move the sticks around and take a little time and yeah, just make sure it fits your unique snowflake hands. Ugh. Damn it! I was really hoping that wouldn't rip like that. Now I've got a piece stuck inside the transmitter. Well, that's okay. Knew that was going to happen. Big Willie FPV voted today. He got his ballot in the mail because he knows what's up. He wants to control his future. He doesn't want to let everybody else control his future. Sounds like you might want to be this. Follow suit. Sway with a $7.99 Australian dollar super chat. Thank you, brother. Looking to do my first long distance flight. Ooh, using Crossfire and DJI goggles. Please look at Doubtful Islands, Western Australia on maps. Want your thoughts? Doubtful Islands, Western Australia. What thoughts are you looking for, Sway? Do you want me to like tell you whether or not to go fly it? Because there's no way in hell I'm going to tell you to not go fly it. I think we should all go fly everything cool because this hobby is, in the grand scheme of things, pretty goddamn cheap, especially like smiles to dollars wise. This hobby is incredibly cheap, and yeah, we should all be flying every single day as much as possible. Also because God knows how much longer we're going to be allowed to fly here in the U.S. since the FAA seems hell-bent on selling out to Amazon. Damn, dude, that looks like about the coolest place to fly ever. So if you don't go fly there, I'm gonna come and do it myself. Yeah, man. So can you get out there? Can you get out to that island, or do you have to fly there from the mainland over here? Like, do you have to come up in here, park there? Looks like you're gonna have to park here, huh? Because that's like the only road, and then you're gonna be walking. Oh, dude, I want to see this. You're gonna walk maybe out there, And then, yeah, if you fly from here, it looks like you'll have relatively clean... Oh, wait, that's not the islands. The islands are farther over. Man, that looks far, yo. I mean, it's perfect line of sight, but it looks really far. Should be able to do it, man. I would just definitely recommend testing the shit out of your setup on, like, yeah, on land before you go out over the water, because you touch that salt water, and even if you get it back, I mean, the frame is going to be about the only thing that you can still use. Dude, that's going to be a very cool long range mission. The collective wishes you luck. Let us know how it goes. Tweet FPV says tag. Random FPV says don't tell me what to do. Deal. Raging FPV says tag, you're it. Why are you guys all tagging me? Freelojo says New Year stream. I mean, I'll probably do... It probably won't be a 24-hour stream, but I will probably stream into the new year because, I mean, why not? Like, I might not be in this room talking to you guys. I might just turn the thing on and then go out there and celebrate the new year with Kristen, but it'll be cool to have the stream going and have you guys have a spot to kind of hang out. By the way, guys, the Gran Turismo Sport streams, I think I'm going to rename those to just like late night hangout stream. I don't want you guys to feel like you have to be into cars to come to those streams. It's just that I am having a blast playing that game out there, and Sony makes it so easy to stream. You just hit the share button and then type a name in and hit the button and it just goes. So it's just kind of like, why wouldn't I do that and have the chat going so that you guys can hang out? And I like hanging out with you guys too. I feel a lot less lonely sitting out there when you guys are in the chat. So yeah, don't feel like you have to be in the cars to come to those Gran Turismo Sport streams. Come on in, hang out. You can ask FPV questions. Just the only thing I ask is that, like, just understand that I have to focus quite a bit on the driving part of it because I haven't played any video games in the last like 3 or 4 years. I haven't played a racing game in over 10 years. When I started racing for real, I stopped playing the simulator games because I was spending all my time trying to keep the cars working and fast and all the other things that I was involved with back then. So yeah, don't expect me to be driving all that well because I'm still relearning the controls. But B, yeah, just if you're going to ask me a question, just break it up into little chunks, because I look down at the chat in the little chutes between corners, so I usually have about 3 seconds to try to look down, focus my eyes, and read your comment. So there you go. Hopefully I'll see you guys over there, because the folks that have been coming to those, we've been having a blast talking shit about cars and just life in general. So yeah, come on over. They're usually pretty late at night because I don't sleep. I wait. And yeah, just a fun little hangout. Little Bug, what's your deal? You keep like you're not an ugly bug, so I'm cool letting you live, but I don't know what you're doing, man. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna get yourself killed because I'm this big and you're that big. Figure something out. Good. Keep going that way. All right. Sometimes, you just need a reason with... I'm going to crush that motherfucker for sure. There's going to be a bug blood smear for absolute certain within 20 seconds. Athex FPV says, if it's December, Santa beard all the way. Oh, fuck that, dude. This costume shit, never again. Never again. These streams are t-shirts, sometimes pants, sometimes shorts. Never just boxers, because I would forget and like stand up and you guys would see my balls or something. Yeah. Rob Axelson says, yep, gave up kites after having a fallout wig. Fallout with my partner, used to fly 20 to 30 hours per week, then nothing. Yeah, it's hard, man. Like, if you guys find a hobby that you really like, don't make money off of it. Unless you have to. Or unless you get... See, the thing that messes me up is that I can't just have a hobby that I enjoy, that I'm just okay at. Like, I'm just obsessed with always finding like the meta of anything that I do, and finding like what makes the people that are really good at it tick, and like is there more enjoyment to being that good at it. And that's where where is he? That's where I lose my mind. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. Dauntless says, did I miss you read my clarification chat? You did, Dauntless. I talked for a couple minutes about it. Rewind, and you probably won't find it. But I did. I ranted for 10 minutes about it. Sorry, dude. Scroll. Ed K has a motor graveyard and saves everything and salvages them, but down to 2 good bearings left because that's all I seem to break. Yeah. Have a couple left and can't get out too. A couple that you can't get out. Yeah, that's... I hate that so much when they glue the goddamn bearings into the stator and you break them when they're coming out. Dauntless H says it's not prop wash. How do you know that? Well, if it's not prop wash, I need you to tell me why it isn't, because your previous description sounds like it's prop wash. Richard says, I've got some TMotor F20s that have worn bearings. I'm thinking of replacing the bearings on my own. I know where to get the bearings. Thoughts on how to get the bearings out of the stator? Yeah, so that's the tricky part, Richard. What I do, I don't think TMotor usually does it, but some of these manufacturers do. The only method that I've found to getting them out, and this is very difficult with micromotors because the hole for the motor shaft is typically only 2 millimeters. And like in my toolbox, I don't have anything that has a shaft on it that's less than 2 millimeters. Excuse me. But basically what you're going to do is you got to find something that you can hit with a hammer that you can put through the stator and through the one bearing to catch the lip of the other bearing, and then you need to smack it with a hammer to mash out that other bearing. And one of two things will happen. You'll either destroy the bearing or you won't. Most micromotors, the bearings get destroyed. I have like one thing, so I haven't done this in a while, come to think of it, but I have like one tool somewhere in my toolbox that is small enough to fit through the 2 millimeter. I think it's actually, yeah, it is. You know, it's a little 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench, you know, the ones that come for free with everything, which is super annoying because when you hit that with a hammer, it's all bad. But yeah, that's it. I know that seems very caveman-y, but that's how you got to do it. You just keep hitting it harder and harder and harder. It sucks, dude. It's not a great way of getting bearings out, but if they're not glued in, if they're just pressed in, you can usually get them out without completely destroying the bearing. After you get the first one out, the second one's easy. The second one, you just, yeah. But that's how you get them out, is you just smash them. Scroll. Carbon Cage, I know Ciotti owes me $50. He gave me a bad tip. Number should have been 6. Really? Oh, man. I guessed 7 and it was 6? That sucks, man. Wow, what are the odds? 1 in 22, it sounds like. Don Ladd says, I'm out Working a few hours. Take care. See you soon. You're probably gone already, Don, because I'm 7,000 hours behind, but thanks for hanging. ToxicFPV says, all those features are on the TX16X. Ah, okay. So some good features. There were some useful things you said, Toxic. They had to do with charging? Internal charging, maybe? Oh, hey, there we go. Thanks one more time, YouTube. Good. Scrolling back up. Freelo just says, open your battery tray and shake it out. Oh, you think it went right in the battery tray? That would make sense. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I got the, I run double A's in mine, and there's a tray that closes it off. Yeah. Stuck in there until next time I have to pull the QX7 apart. I try to not... I mean, just in general, I try to not take shit apart unless I absolutely have to, because once you've taken something apart 50 times, guess what? It ain't going to want to go back together right anymore. Shit just gets worn when you remove screws and replace them. Eventually, they just wear out. Dauntless says, a small light hex set and prop wrench. The empty space in those radios are concerning. Mount big, there's room. A small, lightweight hex set and prop wrench. The empty space... Oh. Yeah. Why the hell not? I mean, there is a ton of empty room in the radios. I don't necessarily know if I would want tools bouncing around in there, but that would be really nice. That would be really, really nice. Like up here in the grips, there's got to be there's definitely room here just to slot like a little hex set on one side and a little right? That'd be pretty dope. I like it, Dauntless. I'm down with that. At first I was like, that's a crazy idea, but the more I think about it, the more sense it makes. John Dice, because with the boards and the components are all shrinking, but our hands aren't shrinking, so like the transmitters have to be of a certain size for our big man hands, right? So, yeah. John Dyson found his JR3810 transmitter the most comfortable for balance, but I'm happy with the Radiomaster TX16S. John, I think that's the heart of my argument with transmitters, is that we should not buy transmitters because of any of these bells and whistles. We should be buying them solely almost on what fits our hands. I mean, obviously, like buying a 10-year-old radio that doesn't have any features would be kind of silly, but you guys know what I'm saying. Yeah. Sebastian Martinez says, do you think having a 5-inch is a must? Absolutely not. I have only built 3-inch setups. Sebastian, no. The only reason to buy a 5-inch rig is if you have to carry a full-size GoPro. That's kind of out the window nowadays because the decased ones are really good. The only issue with the decased ones is they don't crash for shit. So like if you have to carry a GoPro and you have to crash, 5-inch rig. Or actually 4-inch rig. When I built that 4-inch rig a couple months ago, that thing moved a Session 5 around just fine. Not as good as a 5-inch, but just fine. I was able to do lots and lots and lots of freestyle stuff with that setup. The other reason, I don't know if it's reason 2 or 3, but the other reason for a 5-inch rig is if you have to cover a 5-inch amount of ground. The professional drift cars will initiate their sideways movement at about 80 or 90 miles an hour. Trying to catch that car with a micro going 80 or 90 miles an hour is possible, but any micro at that speed is going to be like this. So you're going to have to be completely above that car looking down at the roof. You're not going to be able to come down like you see me do and slide next to it really low to the ground and do any of that kind of stuff. You're just going to be locked above that car, struggling your ass off to keep up. As an example, So yeah, like this whole like 5-inch or nothing attitude is just so stupid. 5-inch rigs are not the answer for a lot of people. They're expensive, they're big, they're dangerous. They're like there's all these reasons why 5-inch rigs are just not the answer. So yeah, man. I like so you've already got 3-inch setups. If you find yourself in these situations where you're like, man, I wish I could go faster. Man, I wish I could cover more ground. Man, I wish my quad was louder, or could carry a Hero 9, right? These are the reasons to build a 5-inch rig, not, well, everybody else builds them, right? So, yeah, there you go. Carbon Cage says, best golden hour GoPro 8 settings. ISO 100. I prefer ISO 100. It's a little safer to go ISO 200 or 400, and then leave the shutter on auto. In my opinion, I don't like locking the shutter speed to 1/60 or 1/120 or 1/30. It really locks you in, and like if there's anything a little bit too bright or a little bit too dark, there's no adjustment, and the shot is completely ruined. So yeah, and then you want, I mean, those are really the two big things. Those are the two big things that you want to do. The biggest thing on a GoPro settings is the ISO. Locking the ISO to either 100 or 200 or in some cases 400, that changes everything. Because when the GoPro is allowed to automatically adjust the ISO, it has a tendency to go really high with the ISO. And at really high ISO values, the video looks like shit. There's a lot of noise. And it also, the GoPro is going to err on the side of no motion blur, because motion blur is risky. It either looks really good or it looks like total ass. There tends to be nothing in between, because with motion blur, if everything is blurry, it's probably a blown shot, because what are you going to look at, right? Like if everything is blurry, you just kind of look around the screen and it's just like, oh, okay, so I'm just going to wait for something to come in focus again. So the trick is to have most things be blurry, but then to have your subject be nice and crisp. The subject could be a car. It could be just the horizon, like way out in the distance. So yeah, getting that ISO nice and low is going to push the GoPro towards creating more motion blur. And then it's your job to find the subject and to try to keep the subject centered so that it's crisp and that the world on the outsides is going to start to motion blur. Yeah. Lock that ISO. Locking the ISO to 100 or 200 makes a huge difference in a GoPro's performance. Sebastian says, oh wait, no, we got that. Dauntless says, no, I did not miss it. Okay, cool. Got it. Thanks so much. You're welcome, brother. Message me when you've made that change. Let me know if it's just all better, great. If not, message me. We'll keep the troubleshoot going. If you guys are new to the hobby, troubleshooting problems on these things is very seldom one and done. It is almost always, hey, I did this and it made it a little bit better. Okay, now try this. All right, that made it a little bit more better. All right, now let's try this. It made it a little bit better. Is it flyable yet? Yeah, I can fly around it. Okay, awesome. My solution to getting around it being like that is to buy the proper, is to have a mechanically sound system. Basically what that means is if the physical parts that you've put the quad together with don't fly good on a completely stock tune, I'm kind of uninterested. Like, if it doesn't fly good on a stock tune, basically what that means is you're going to have to use the tune to fix the problems on the mechanical side. And I never want to do that. I always want the mechanical system to work, and then the tune is there so that it jives with me and my brain. Sometimes you'll just have to do like a little bit of a tweak to the tune, but typically not. Typically, if you put a rig together and on the stock tune, it flies like shit, or it doesn't fly, or it's just not like somewhat workable. To then try to fix that in the tune, it's real frustrating. And it's never, even with 1,000 hours of tuning, going to come close to what that rig would have flown like if you'd fixed the mechanical system. Even without tuning. I mean, shit, what I prefer to do is fix the mechanical system and then tune it on top of that. If you guys like the footage that you see on any of my edits, then now you know how to do it. It probably is, but it happens when I come out of dives. Dauntless again. I more meant swooping out of dives. It happens at the end of the dive, but I'm usually still going forwards a good bit. If you have enough forward momentum, then it might not be prop wash. What's the I don't remember what the rig is, Dauntless. It's just been too many hours since we were talking in Joshua's stream. What's the mechanical system? What's the rig? What's the frame? What are the motors? What are the props? Oh, thanks YouTube. One more time. Right. Surprise, right in my eyes. License to Drive says, WTF, AA, who uses double A's anymore? What? I do, because I have like $100 worth of really nice Eneloop, Sanyo Eneloop double A's for all of my photography gear. Photography speed lights run off of double A's. Oh God. And yeah, I love off-camera lighting within photography, so I have ass loads of those so that I can put 4 or 5 different speed lights up and trigger them all remotely and create a wonderful little field of light for my subjects that I don't photograph all that often, because that's another hobby that I loved and then destroyed by trying to make money off of it. Carbon Cage says, yeah, bro, we can try again next year. Never run away bloody horses. Carbon Cage, you're going to win one of the Patreon giveaways soon because you haven't won yet. So that's not really how the randomizer... That's not really how random works. There's literally as much chance for the same person to win every single time. Wrap your head around that. Look up a YouTube video or two about how random actually works. This concept of like, if you just keep entering, eventually you'll win. It's not right. Like, there's no reason. Yeah, there's just no reason that the same person shouldn't win. Every single time the wheel spins, it's random, right? So there's literally no. But it doesn't actually work like that. You'll win soon, brother. I can feel it. Jeremiah Blackwell says, Crossfire, Tracer, or nah? I am on Crossfire right now. Tracer, I don't know. I haven't really looked at anything about it. I don't know. I got to do more research on Tracer. I'm really excited about Ghost, to be honest with you. I am a huge fan of Immersion RC. The main man over there, Tony Cake, is a super cool guy, super nice human being, and that means a lot. I take that into consideration when I buy stuff. Who's going to make the money off of the sale? Is it a person that is a nice human, or is it a person that's a dick? And I try my best to support the nice people. And I'll leave it there before I say something stupid. John Dyson says, check Amazon for 2mm to 14mm inner bearing puller for motor bearings. So I've seen those pullers. The problem with the puller, John, is they still load up the inner race. the problem is the construction of these motors. The way that these motors are constructed, you can't pull on the outer race of the bearing to remove it. You have to put all the force through the inner race, and when you do that, all that force goes from the inner race to the bearings into the... I don't know how to explain it, but thanks for hanging, Frank. You're probably already gone because I'm so slow. Freelojo says, sorry, mine has the nickel metal hydride rechargeable pack. Yeah, every time I see one of those, one of the transmitter batteries, I'm like, man, that would be kind of nice. But in fairness, these Eneloops are like 1800 mAh. And the, oh, I can hear it in there. Oh, no. No. Oh. No. 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 Somebody out there knows what's going on in my brain right now. Is it just me? Or when you own something that has something rattling around inside of it, does it make you want to die? Just me? All right, fair enough. Scroll, scroll, scroll. That's my life. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Dauntless H says Baby Hawk. Oh. I didn't know it was a Baby Hawk. Yeah, dude. It's a combination of prop wash and yaw washout, actually. The Baby Hawk and the Tiny Hawks, Emax doesn't do as good of a job as I would like them to. Not that that means anything to them, I'm sure, but they don't do a great job at speccing out the motor size to the propeller size, and the majority of their rigs are considerably under-motored. The motors just don't have enough stator width or stator height in a lot of cases to handle the propellers that they put on them. So yeah, that's what it is, Dauntless. The solution is wider stator motors, believe it or not. For right now, you can try to put a Band-Aid on the problem by just jacking the P gains and the D gains up like crazy. You just have to be careful of motor heat. Eventually, you're going to get to a point increasing the P and D gains where you run out of headroom and the motors start to get hot, start to create temperature. At that point, crank the P's and D's down by 10 points, and that's it. Like, that's as good as it's going to get. But yeah, Baby Hawks are undermotored for sure. So what you're running it, basically what's happening is at the bottom of the dive, you're going full throttle. When we go full throttle, all that actually happens is like we ask the flight controller, like, hey, can you please give me full power? It doesn't have to obey. It's going to do what it's going to do. And it starts with the PID loop and the filtering and all that shit then happens. But essentially what's happening is you're going full throttle, and it is maxing out it's saturating, it's maxing out the motors. And once one motor is fully maxed out, the PID loop has to pull the rest of them back, and the whole system just gets angry, basically. When one motor goes to absolute full beans, and that's not enough to fix the bad behavior that the PID loop is trying to fix, the PID loop at that point is just like, well, what the fuck do I do now? You didn't give me enough motor to fix this issue. And a lot of times you'll get like a big yaw. You'll get like a 15 or 20 degree yaw movement as one of the motors is like full bananas, and the I actually don't know. I actually don't know the sequence of events now that I try to think through it that happens there. But yeah, that's if you guys ever have that scenario, like at the bottom of a dive where you hammer the throttle and it does like a big uncommanded movement, like basically if you have that moment where you just go like, whoa, like what did you, I was not telling you to do that, bro. Yeah, that is typically when one motor just runs out of power. I guess it's sort of when the whole system runs out of power, but more specifically, one motor will fully run out of power, and the PID loop will need more power to fix the situation. And so essentially what's happened is there's this weird aerodynamic situation that's caught that for whatever reason is trying to make it yaw, and it just doesn't have enough power to resist that. And that's when you'll get this uncommanded thing that happens. Yeah, don't ever, like, if that ever like, if you guys are flying and the quad does something that you didn't tell it to, don't ignore that. Like, that's a big deal. That is a big red flag. Don't fly that rig over the ocean. No. Dalton says, new Avan props and TJ Gremlin frame. That's also kind of an old frame. That frame could be putting a bunch of vibes into the gyro, and the system could be sort of overwhelmed from the vibrations, and then you ask it for full throttle, and it's like, I don't remember that frame. Yeah. See what I mean now, guys, about there being like 8,000 different things that can cause these issues. Rob Axelson says radio poppers. What's that mean, Rob? What's a radio popper? B-Man FPV says, isn't Tracer a 2.4 gig version of Crossfire? I think so. That's my understanding of it. I would never say such a thing, Jeremiah Blackwell. To basically go head to head with Ghost in that frequency. Yeah, that's my assumption. That's my assumption, is that they did that just to have, so that Immersion can't go, hey, we're the only ones with 2.4. Or maybe it's that it's a better control link. Wouldn't that be nice? I would love for that to be the case. And Immersion found it first. Rick Cepeda says, I'm waiting on Ghost 2, just giving it a little time. Yeah, same, Rick. I'm just, I mean, I'm not in a place to buy it right now anyway, but yeah, I'm giving it time. Richard says, did you have to mod your QX7 to run the Crossfire module? You don't have to. It'll run normal. You just have to turn the baud rate down. I didn't notice any difference. I did the mod. The mod is easy to do. It's 4 solder pads. It's fine. I even did it on stream, so if you want to watch me do it, you can. Don't bother. There's a million tutorials of how to do it. Just, they're all way better than me. Yeah, it's easy to do. That's why I did it. But I couldn't tell any difference. Dauntless H knows what's up. Hates the rattling. B-Man FPV says, looks like someone might need a TX. Not unless they make it wide. Telama42 says, that's what lining the battery bay with VHB is for. That would work. Brandon's Baked Bean says, it's probably a ball of solder in there bouncing around. No, it's the piece of plastic. It's the rubber thing that I was fucking with earlier that I ripped off and I said, oh, shit, it fell inside. Yeah. Jeremiah Blackwell says, definitely not you. If it rattles, I take it apart and fix the rattle. Yep, I'm no longer an infant and I don't need a rattle. That's the best way of looking at it ever. Toxic FPV says, what FPV bag do you use? I have the same low pro that everybody else uses, the one that went on sale last Christmas for $60. I don't know what the number is. You guys know which one somebody do me a favor and type into chat the model number of the low pro bag that everybody uses. BPX maybe? BPX 3? I don't know. It's the one that everybody gets. It's a little big. I wish for a smaller bag. For a little bit, I thought that was going to be the Ethics bag, but I mean, I'm not paying that for it. That's asinine. Yeah, I don't know what's going to be. This bag is totally fine. I'd rather have a bag that's too big, and I already have it, so it's free. So I'll probably just use this till the end of time. But in a perfect world, I would love to have a little bit of a smaller bag. Toxic FPV jumping on the time for a Radio Master train. Is that the bottom of the chat? YouTube just did it to me again. Scrolling up. Let's fix this problem here. This is a problem that I can fix. So I always like to fix it. Hey! You can see more of my big dumb face. Radio poppers are speed... Oh, right! Wow, Rob. Wow, that's bad. Because I know what radio poppers are. And I full-blown couldn't think of it when you said that. Radio poppers are made by... Fuck, I forget the name of the company. I never got radio poppers. They were always way too expensive. I always got the super cheapo... What did I land on? I ended up landing on Yangwoo. Yeah, for a little bit I did photography for a furniture company, and I made them buy their own camera gear. Eventually, I got sick of them using my camera gear for free, and I got sick of my camera gear getting the shit kicked out of it. Is the real situation. But I ended up getting Yangwoo. I made them get these, and then I actually swapped YN622Cs. These have worked fantastic. Not perfect. Radio poppers will be perfect, and they'll never miss a trigger. These are not that, but these are like 1/5 the price. And yeah, I am kind of like forever broke, so cheap stuff always gets a big thumbs up for me, as long as it somewhat works. Radio poppers are speed like Abraham, what is up? Access radios don't need the mod, BeepTube says. I've heard that. That's pretty cool. The chat won't go down any farther. Is it broken? Drone Guard BPX3. Thank you, Brian Ladmiral. That's the one. I don't know what's happening, guys. The chat won't... Here, let me show you. Look at this. Look, it won't go down any farther. Where's the... What am I supposed to do now? I guess we're not working on the ripsqueak tonight. Since it's 11:59. Jesus. Okay. I'm actually gonna pull. I'm not gonna stream all night tonight. I didn't go to sleep until 8 a.m. So I gotta get this. I gotta get this thing under control. I'm just going to. Yeah. We're gonna do a. We're gonna have to just do a BQE ripsqueak stream this week. Maybe. Tomorrow? Tomorrow? Yeah. We're gonna build the ripsqueak tomorrow. I'm sick of waiting. I've been dying to build this thing, but I've been waiting for you guys, because I know you guys want to see it, and I don't want to rob you of the joy of being a part of that build, because this build is gonna change the world. So yeah, we will do that tomorrow. Yeah. Oh yeah, and tomorrow is election day, so we will all need as much distraction as possible. Yeah, tomorrow for sure. All right, so BQE ripsqueak build tomorrow. Don't know what time tomorrow, but I'll keep your earballs opened. Normal number of viewers again tonight. I don't know what happened yesterday. I don't know how the hell we got over 100 yesterday. Christ, I think we were over 200. Erection day. That is certainly not what tomorrow is going to be. Well, hey, if it all goes tits up tomorrow, it's been really nice knowing all you guys and hanging out with you. I sure hope that that we make it. I've seen some things from a big group of people in this country that make me doubt that. But yeah, we'll all cross our fingers. Rob Axelson says, I got all of mine from eBay used, usually corroded battery trays, cost a whole lot cheaper than new. Can't afford the expensive stuff. Rob, how do they sleep at night charging what they do for some of the shit in the... Like, you guys think... Anybody that still thinks FPV is expensive, get into photography for like 10 minutes. be into photography for about 10 minutes, and you'll come back to FPV like, oh my god, I'm buying 100 fucking motors right now because this shit is cheap. Yeah, photography is like, oh my god, it is unbelievable what some of those companies expect us. And I mean, they make great products, which is what really sucks. But yeah, it's just crazy. Let's wrap this fucker up. It's 12:02. I'm gonna actually stop this stream at 2-ish hours. First time ever. B-Man says, chat done, time to build. We're gonna build soon. We're gonna build in like 12-ish hours from now. Sorry guys, if you came for the build, I'm really sorry, but I don't know. I feel like, and like talking to you guys and answering your questions and talking through the 7,000 things that can go wrong with these is about the most value that I don't know. I feel like you guys asking me specific questions and then me answering them is the most help I can possibly give, and that's what I'm going for. If that's not the case, then let me know. But I don't know. I feel like one of the things that I do differently than anybody else, and maybe why you guys even bother coming anymore, is that I'm willing to do this, and that I go through the chat and I do read every single comment that you guys tag me in. So hopefully that's true. Because if it's not, then it means my whole world is broken and wrong. Abraham says, TX16X life is a good life. Dauntless says, I was saying maybe you should build the Ripsqueak. I mean, I should, but I just got to find the time. Rob Axelson says, we got that one. Dauntless says, tomorrow's election day. Joshua's news, B-Man. Bardwell is doing his news tomorrow. You can do it after him. I'm just going to, yeah, I'll try to not overlap. I won't overlap. Because I don't want anybody to do that to me. And Rick Cepeda says, do your stream tomorrow after Bardwell and it's Blunsey. What do you guys know what time? It's probably scheduled. Not everybody is a complete jackass like me that doesn't schedule shit until 10 minutes before they actually do it because they can't control their life. Why am I looking at my channel? Joshua Bardwell. 6 p.m. Thanks, guys. How about this? I'll try to do it before Joshua because I don't necessarily want to go from 8 o'clock until God knows when. So I'm gonna try to stream at, let's say, 2. It all depends on how much cooperation I get from inside here tonight. But yeah, I'm going to try to do it at 2 because that gives me 4 hours to get it done before. And even if I don't get it done and we're still streaming at 6, I'll just put their stream on my stream so that it forces you guys to all watch Joshua because that's all I really care about. Is forcing you guys to watch Joshua. Rick Zabeta said, I spent way more time crashing fixed-wing airplanes than flying FPV. Yeah, fixed wings are a rough hobby, man. License to Drive says, photography expensive. Ever seen a 360-degree rig of 160 DSLR cameras? Yep, unfortunately. Fucking crazy. The Matrix started that. That was pioneered in the original Matrix to get bullet time. All bullet time was a shitload of DSLRs on a big track to capture each frame. So even though it looks like the camera is moving, it's just a million cameras. B-Man says 6 p.m. Awesome. Metal Dirskin says probably not going to make it from Pacific time, unfortunately. You'll be able to watch the repeats. And then 661 with an all capitals last thing. Check YouTube notifications. Bot Grinder's crying that Ladrip is abusing him. What? All right, hold on. We got time for that. Hold on. Dauntless says, meanwhile, I'm here cutting flying wings out of foam board. Well, that's what you have to do, right? Because otherwise, you lose your mind. 661. What? It's not in my notifications, or is it? Oh man, a couple of people commented on the thing, on the whatever. Where is it? Where is it? Is it on Bot's channel? Uploads? No. Most recent upload is a chair. Where is it? What? Help me find it. You got me all excited, and now community. What the hell's community mean? Oh, the community on Facebook? They said YouTube. In the Facebook community group, I'm assuming. Right? No, YouTube posts. Sometimes I see those, but usually I can't find them. Where are they? Where do you get to those YouTube posts? Where do you get to them there YouTube posts? YouTube with a CH. YOUCHUBE. YouTube, show me the things. Don't just show me the videos. Show me the things. God damn it, I want to see it now. Latest YouTube post. Here we go. Show more. Lots of tweet. There's Botsy. I don't see it. You guys fucking with me? Is this how trolling works? Is this trolling? Community tab. There we go. Oh God. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did see that. Wow, why are they doing what? Wow. That's annoying. Oh, that's not a great look. Maybe it's an imposter. Maybe it's not the real Drew. I'm not gonna touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. Sorry. Yeah. I don't. I've never understood the. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just not gonna say anything. I hope it's an imposter. That's what I'm gonna say. Jesus. Well, I'll be talking to Bot about that next weekend. Hey, Bot's going to be here next weekend on November 7th and 8th. So I'm sure I'll get the inside scoop on that one. Cool. Thanks for hanging, guys. Let's go play Gran Turismo Sport. Tweet says, why is there so much drama? Oh, man. Because it's what makes the world go around, isn't it? I don't know. I like to try to stay out of it, but at the same time, I fucking create it for myself sometimes. Sometimes my mouth gets away from me. But if when that does happen, I do try to make it right to some extent. But yeah, License, he's coming on the 7th and 8th. He's crashing here on the 7th. There's a the flow state document. You know, I haven't sent you guys the link to this yet. James Christensen is a fantastic documentarian who who is making a documentary about FPV, and I was supposed to be in it, and then I wasn't, and now hopefully just my flying can be in it, which is fine. And yeah, he's coming, and he's invited a bunch of people to get some flight footage on the 17th and 18th. So yeah, should be cool. Hopefully I'm still invited. I would love to go. I'm gonna go play Gran Turismo Sport, I think, because it would appear that I've lost Kristen. I think she went to sleep. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. B-Man, like I said, hope it's an imposter. But what I'm not going to say is that's got to be an imposter. But I hope it is. I do hope it is. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. Let's. I'm gonna stop this before I say something dumb. And in a little bit, I'll be over on GT Sport. So come hang out. Keep your comments short because I'm gonna have to try to read them in between corners. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll build this. Look, it's all laid out. It's all like good to go. Look at that. Yeah, we're gonna build that tomorrow. Be good. Go vote. And be safe, please. Don't underestimate the stupidity of a large portion of this country. Cool? Be good. You guys know what to do. I'll see you tomorrow.